Good morning, River of Life Community Fellowship. It is time for our Wednesday edition of Sunday School, where we have a short daily devotion since we can't meet for Sunday School. This weekend, I talked about the attributes of God, the nature of God, and I promised to. I hit on 5 big ones, and I promised to come back to them during the weekend. So that's what I'm doing. And today we are talking about the attribute of God being omnipresent and what that means for our lives. Now, omnipresent means all present. And the word omni comes from Latin, which is the Latin word for all. And so omnipresent means that God is all present. And all present means that he is everywhere. And that's kind of a hard thing to wrap our minds around because we're not everywhere. I mean, even trying to be in 2 places at one time is an amazingly stressful thing to have to deal with. But God is everywhere. He's in more than 2 places at one time. He is everywhere at all times. And it's kind of a weird thing to think about, but that is who God is. That is the nature and the power that is in God. But there is some scripture that really points to his being all present that I wanted to point out because it's interesting to see like this. So this is Psalm 139 written by David, and he writes, starting in verse 7, Psalm 39 verse 7, "Where shall I go from your spirit, or where shall I flee from your presence? If I ascend to heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in Sheol, you are there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me." That's Psalm 139, verses 7 through 10. And it's like, God is everywhere. Like, if we go to heaven, he's there. If we go to Sheol, he's there. If we take our wings on the morning, he's there. In the evening, he's there. And if we go to the farthest location away from where we are, he is there. He is everywhere. And it's like, it's hard to wrap our minds around, but it's also cool to think about. No matter where I go, God is with me. No matter what's going on around me, God is with me. And he can be because he is all present. And that's like such an encouragement to my faith. And Hebrews 13:5 says, "I will never leave you nor forsake you." And like, that's true because God is always with us. Like, we're never alone. And even when we're going through hard things, even when we're struggling through things, God is there. And so many times, like especially in this season of our lives, when we're stuck on isolation and we're not able to meet with people and connect with people, like we can really feel alone and isolated. But the truth is that God is there. God is with us. We are never truly alone. We always have him. And that is just like so amazing. And that's something else that David pointed out in Psalm 23. When he going through Psalm 23 in verse 4, he says, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." And so, Psalm 23 talks about God being the shepherd, and in that sense, then David is the sheep. And so he can go into these situations that are dangerous because he knows God is with him, that God has the rod and the staff to protect him and to lead him and guide him. And it's the same for us. No matter what's going on in our lives, God is with us. We're never alone. We're never without him. And he watches over us. He leads us. He guides us. He corrects us. And he does it all the time because he is with us. So that's my encouragement to you today, is just to be able to rest in that fact that no matter how lonely you feel, God is with you. No matter what's going on around you, God is with you. No matter how hard things are in your life, God is with you. And he's never going to leave you. He's never going to forsake you. He is with you and will be with you always because he is omnipresent. He is always present in our lives. And I hope that you can take encouragement in that fact and really cling to him. And I pray that today, especially as you're going through your life and going through the things that you have going on today, that you'll sense and know his presence. And, the truth is, even if you don't sense or know his presence is still there. And you can still take comfort in that fact. So make sure to spend time in the Word today. Make sure to spend time seeking him out so that he can reveal his presence to you. So with that, that's what I have for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, and God bless.